live streaming. We are today with a new live streaming. Today, we're gonna be talking a little about religion. I have been thinking a lot about this topic for today. Um, to be honest, religion, that's something it have been very hard to talk about. Why? Because right now we see like a lot of religions around. We see a lot of like churches, a lot of new movements, how we call, that they're, you know, growing up all around the world. And that's something like very dangerous because every time, and like I have been like asking myself about why there are so many churches around. If we go to one, let's say like a one city, any kind of city, we go through that city, we go by the street, we see like a three or four different churches on that city. And like to be honest, that's um, very strange. Why like we are so many churches when we confess that we believe in the same God. And that came to this point. That's came to this the topic for today. I have been like having a meeting like this week um, about religion, about the faith, about having like my faith, how like I grew up, what was the base of my faith, how I grew up in my faith, and like how we get into the point of relationship with God. And I have been talking a little bit about tradition and reasoning. Something we need to understand about traditions, like a tradition is something have been going forward. Every new generation it born, it got the same information. It's passed by, let's say the head of the family, the father, the leader of the family. So you go to a new generation. If we go to the Old Testament, we can see like Israel, the law that God had been given to Moses have been going through to the rest of the people. But at some point, like the information start like lacking and start getting new information. Then that information that was like directly from God have been like lost in, strange, lost in kind of like a power, uh, in less words. Um, and that's why we cannot be standing only by tradition, because most of the people, if we go back to our own background, we see like our parents being part of like a one religion, being part of like a doing something specific because of the religion, because of the tradition. And right now we start doing it because my father or my mother have been doing that thing, and have been doing like that, that kind, of tradition, you know, celebrating kind of things, different like situations, different like you know, days, and we get into the point like we keep still doing it, but we start like thinking about it. Okay, like I was, with my family, and like I learned like we need to be doing that. But at one point we start like thinking also like why I'm doing it. I need to keep doing it. I need to keep teaching my son, my daughter about the same way, or something can change. And we go by, to talking about faith. Sometimes like the faith, we proclaim, we pass it to new generation by tradition, but that's only like a way to do things. But at one point, like everybody will start like reasoning about it. They start be asking questions about why they doing it. Why it's so important to doing it. And then we get into the point like the tradition gonna get stuck. Why? Because that's no more kind like strange to continue the tradition. And we go to like a different people, we go to different persons. We see like they say like you ask them, why you practicing that kind of religion? And they always say like, because my grandma or my grandpa was doing, and then my mom became part of that religion, and I am part of that religion because both of them were part of it. And we need to be sit down to think about if he's doing the right thing, because when we examine ourselves, we still doing things like what we were doing before we met God. We're practicing a lot of things like we were doing when we didn't know the truth about God, and then we're still doing it, and we haven't like asked ourselves, why I keep doing this? Does a benefit for me to keep doing this, or I need to stop doing it because it's not right? And I'm not talking about to be legalist about like the way we need to be, the way we need to act, because always like you know we get the right to make decisions of doing something or don't do it. Doesn't matter if what was the tradition. Doesn't matter what the tradition going from generation to generation. If that tradition go against my faith, go against what I believe, go against my values, I can't stop it doing it. But I gotta make the decision. I need to be reasoning about why I do what I do. What's the reason why I'm doing it? And like us, and we always doing things because our family were doing it, and we are afraid to stop doing it because of the people, because the people are our family. Religion is not about doing something by tradition. Religion is about God. It's about doing the right thing that God has been asking us to do. Know what somebody or someone tell us that's the right thing to do it, or that's the way to do it. We need to start thinking about, we start like reasoning about why we do what we do, and why I believe what I believe. It's a big question to ask ourselves, but we need to remember religion sometimes can be wrong, because the religion who made the religion was a human being. But we need to understand, we need to go forward, we need to go deeper. We can be practicing something just by tradition, but at the same time we need to have reason about it. So this is the more reflection for today. I have been blessed to you and I have to share this video, and that's the case, see you next Sunday, at the same time, with a new live stream. So God bless you and have a wonderful day. Bye.